Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. Tully Burnalot here, coming to you straight from the sunny land of Portugal. Topic of today's video is Rex, made by One Republic. Currently available on Game Jolt for low price of absolutely nothing, or your regional equivalent. As always, I do not actually look into the games that I play, therefore, let's just start, shall we? Toggle graphics quality? No thank you, I don't do that when I record. Otherwise, bad things happen. Bad things happen when I toggle graphics quality in the middle of recording. Let's just start the game. Single player versus novice, apprentice, skilled, expert, or versus a two-player game versus a friend. Huh. Well, I have no friends, so let's go with apprentice AI. Is this chess? Okay, so much like Tabletop Simulator, if you look around, you have stuff in the background. I actually do like that. I do like that. I do. So you have the same icons as in the start menu. I have a crown and a barbarian hat. So what happens now? I have on one side the red team, 2 barbarians, 2 Cthulhu priests, and 1 Sauron. And on my, and apparently I may be the golden side. I have 2 warriors, 2 zealots, and 1 bitch-ass wizard king. What happens here? Is this like chess? Huh. So I'm assuming that each... Oh, okay. So each piece has its own. Each thing has its own rules. So I'm assuming. Okay, so I'm assuming that the ones on the extreme, the soldiers here. Can I click that one? No, I am the golden one. So this one can go forward or diagonally 1 tile. This one can go forward or diagonally on the white tiles. This one can go forward or diagonally on the, I'm assuming, if I put them here, oh, that was bad. Can I go all the way up there? I can, but then, oh, okay. So there's a limited amount. There's a limited amount of. Okay, so there's a limited amount. Okay, so there's a limited amount of spaces that I can go. So again, I was never good at chess to begin with, so there is that issue. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. I can do that. Okay. I like it. So it's a sort of like it's a fast-paced chess. So I can only go 3 tiles at a time. My main piece can go 3 tiles forward. Can go forward, or it can go diagonally on the black tiles. My zealots, let's call them that, can go 2 tiles on the white tiles and forward 2. I mean, hold on. Oh, no. Wait. I get it. It's not like that, actually. All my pieces can go diagonally or vertically or horizontally. But the ones on the extremes, the basic soldiers, can only go 1 tile at a time, while the intermediate ones oh, this is going to be awful. There we go. New game. Okay, so I get it. Let's go for skilled AI. So the basic ones on the extremes can move 1 tile at a time. The intermediate ones can move 2 tiles at a time. And the most powerful one can go 3 tiles at a time. Knowing those rules, it might actually be very simple to win. Or it would be if I had any sort of knowledge of, chess or anything like that. So I don't really know a lot about chess. Also, as you can see, the computer is thinking. Come on. I can do that. I can protect again. I can do that again. Because again, much like chess, this requires a certain level of knowledge of positioning, trying to anticipate the movements of your adversaries, and of course, ultimately, being able to sacrifice important pieces. Then again, I'm not a particularly big fan of chess. Mostly because I suck at it. Come on, bait. So what I can do is I can do this. I can extend. I can do this. And very carefully now, I can move this. And I can attempt to bait the enemy into taking one of my pieces. Well, maybe I would be able to if I wasn't so shit at it. And the problem, of course, being that when it comes to chess, there we go. When it comes to chess, you don't have such full range. Your horses can only move in an L pattern. Your bishops can only move diagonally. Here, every single piece can move in any direction they want. The only difference, of course, being how much they can move in any given direction. Which, admittedly, is a particularly important distinction to make. But the rules are, in fact, very simple. Peons, let's call them peons. Peons are basic... Actually, no. Let's call them basic soldiers, bishops, and kings. Peons can move in any direction, 1 tile. Bishops can move 2 tiles in any direction, and your king can move 3 tiles in any direction. Now, because you have such a high degree of freedom... Oh boy. Whatever I do, I'm fucked, aren't I? They're gonna check me, aren't they? Yep, there they are. No, never mind, that was dumb. And again, there's this. I'm assuming that this game does in fact require the same amount of knowledge that is involved in playing chess. By which I mean none. Chess is not a game about knowledge. It's a game about patterns and remembering patterns. Anyone claiming to be a super genius because of chess is lying to you. It's the same logic behind Rubik's Cubes. Did you know that Rubik's Cubes actually have instructions on how to, solve them? That's the thing that happens. People who know how to solve Rubik's Cubes with, like, amazing speed and accuracy aren't doing so because they're, like, super amazing. Oh, shit. They're not doing so because they're super amazing and super logical. No, they have the instructions. What they're doing is they're looking at the cube, deconstructing those instructions and seeing how to best solve it. Sure, it requires some visual spatial representation, but it's not genius. It's the same with chess. Chess is almost entirely about memorizing patterns and patterns and patterns and patterns, and then being able to apply those patterns as the situation goes by. It's not a sign of genius, it's a sign of a very good memory, which admittedly is still important. Just not as much. And you can use fucking cheat sheets, I don't give a shit. Now, the game does in fact... I'm assuming that the game doesn't actually... This game would not in fact have as much... Ow, that's rude. I'm assuming here that the game would not have as much of an influence as chess would. For a simple reason. Because chess has a set of very defined rules. Come on. Chess has a set of very defined rules. And because of that, because of those rules... Oh dear. Come on. Oh. There we go. It's going to be complicated, isn't it? And because of those rules in chess, because you can't just do anything you want, at the end of the day what's going to happen is you have strategies evolving and developing for the sake of maximizing efficiency. With this game, not so much, because each piece can just do whatever. Every piece in the game can, in fact, just move in whatever direction you want it to move without much worry. So it's not like it's this amazing thing. There we go. We have to keep it to consideration just how much your pieces can and cannot move. Because again, your pieces can move in literally any direction you want. Shit, I did not notice that. Come on. The pieces themselves can move in whatever direction you want. So it's very much a case of trying to outsmart your opponent, which I'm very bad at doing. I'm assuming that because you have a two-player game, the players can take 2 turns. Let me guess. Ah, I see. Yeah, it does that. It does that. So the board does, in fact, fuck it. I'll just stop the game here. The board does, in fact, swap around so that you can, in fact, go ahead and try to play the game on the same screen. It's actually pretty nice. The visual presentation is pretty fucking cool. There's only a few pieces, only 3 types of different pieces, but the pieces themselves are actually pretty fucking nice looking. I like them. I really do. And I'm assuming that if you can get yourself a friend, maybe get someone who can, who likes this type of game, to play this with you and try to outsmart them. And of course you have Novice, Apprentice, Skilled, and Expert. And as you saw with the Skilled, someone like me, someone who has very little practice in games like this, stands little chance, even if they know the rules in their entirety. Because in Novice, as you can see, the enemy just kind of gives themselves to you. While in Skilled, as you saw before, they were very much reluctant to take steps that would put them in any kind of danger. I like this. The AI is actually quite accomplished. I can only imagine what it's like to play with an expert AI. Let's try that. Notice how the game actually does pause for a moment. I'm assuming that the game knows exactly what it's doing, and I just fucked myself over. I'm assuming that's what happened. Come on. There we go. Oh, and to see, it's stuff like this. Because I don't really I can't pay attention to the board at once. I keep forgetting. I keep making moves without realizing what they're going to do. It's not exactly the kind of game that I like playing. I don't like playing chess. I have a cousin. He's an absolute idiot at life. He's an absolute idiot at pretty much anything to do with anything. And he beats me at chess. Purely because he has the forethought to think before acting. Which I don't. I don't do that. I don't think before I act. Which admittedly is a particularly stupid thing to do. See? The game just does this. It placed its king right into the path. So yeah. The AI is very well done from skill to above. It's also very well done on novice to below, because it is very much a novice or an apprentice, and it will treat you, and it will behave like someone who's making rookie mistakes, such as myself, as you saw here. I like this. I like this game. The visual presentation is quite nice. It appears to be. I appear to be in some sort of multicolored, grounded room with a bunch of stone walls. It feels a lot like Tabletop Simulator, where you have your board game in the middle, and then you have the background with interesting props. The pieces do seem to have their own unique little design, which I very much enjoy. You have, of course, the gold versus the red, you have the good versus the bad, you have bishops versus Cthulhu cultists, soldiers versus barbarians, kings versus overlords, I don't know. It's actually quite nice. And the game itself has very simple rules. Very simple rules, really. Every piece can move every piece can move in any direction. Peons move 1, bishops move 2, kings move 3. Go ahead and play, and see if you can outsmart your opponent. And these are, in fact, very quick games, because there's so little pieces. You can, and the board is so tiny, you can outsmart your opponents a lot. And I'm guessing that rather than patterns being used, you're trying to use positioning and you're trying to maximize your ability to outposition the enemy, as opposed to trying to enforce rigid maneuvers in order to exploit the enemy's position preemptively. You're trying to go ahead and try to do this on the fly, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just pulling this out of my ass, and you really do have to use strategies. I don't know. What I know is, this is actually quite a nice game. If you have friends or family that enjoy these kind of games, go ahead and get this, because you have the two-player mode. That's Rex, currently available on Game Jolt for the low, low price of absolutely nothing or your regional equivalent. So thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys and gals had a great time. As always, I'm open to suggestions in the comment section down below. And until next we meet, this is Tully B. Burnalot signing off. Goodbye.